Excellent. So they've got a Plains and a Fabled Passage. So they've got quite a few lands. Definitely nothing worth mulliganing over. Oh, one moment. Let me fix that for you, folks. I want to make sure you can see the hand and everything that's going on in the game. Alright, so it looks like they're pulling out some land with the Fabled Passage, and then, oh, that Clarion Spirit. That caused me some trouble yesterday. Looks like they also have a Giant Killer. Seems to be a popular card, good for tapping all the big guys. So they're coming on strong with a full load of cards, and that Clarion Spirit will keep making more of those little guys. One moment. Acquisitions expert. Excellent. They're coming in strong with an attack right away. As a side note, I like their little avatar that they chose. The hair kind of reminds me of those creatures in Star Wars. Oh, and there's that acquisitions expert again. And a creature with Death Touch. Making attacking a little bit more wary, but it doesn't have reach, it looks like, so those flyers can go right over its head. Oh, and now the Giant Killer is tapping the Death Touch creature so that they don't have to worry about the Death Touch. And they're going in for the attack. Alright. Going in for a hit while they're all tapped out. Oh. And now there's that lore that we saw in the last battle as well, Showdown of the Scalds. That allowed them to pick up a number of cards, but they are required to play them right away. Gotta make a decision. Time's running out. It looks like they play a land. And there's a flying creature they're considering playing. Alright. It looks like they just went in for the flyer attack because they know that it can't be blocked. The puppy sneezed. That's adorable. Sorry. I had to say it. All right. And although it looks like Tara was going in with the aggression, it's now Chris's turn to possibly be aggressive because they've got most of their stuff tapped out. But then they would leave themselves open to being annihilated, so it might be smart to leave everything open when they play. Not quite sure where they're going with their deck yet. Oh, there's that Bone Crusher Giant that we saw before. I notice there seems to be a number of cards that are repeating in these decks that are playing against each other. Maybe I should make a deck with them. Alright. So it looks like they are attacking with their flyer, and that's a 5/5 now. So that's something to contend with. Unless they can do something about that fire, they're done next turn. It's coming, unfortunately. But they might have something very good that might just knock it right out. Yep, just like that. Oh, and they lost their lure, and now they're basically looking at an equal standing, although what one? They'd basically be able to get through one guy. Actually, no. They have the equal number of creatures. Oh, no, now they don't. There they go. Now they have one more. Alright, and that showdown of the Scalds gives the +1/+1 as we saw in the last game. Oh, and that giant killer requires some mana. There they go. And now they're waiting because most of their creatures have summoning sickness or are tapped out. And now we'll see what Urquisa has up their sleeve. All right, so it looks like they are head to head. Although Urquisa doesn't have very much life left, they do have a fair number of creatures there just waiting to block with, so there isn't too much that can really slip through there at that moment. Although they do have 2/4/3s on the other side. Oh, and I guess they decided that that was that. Alright, so Urquisa versus Tara. Alright, and I'm going to make that bigger for myself too. Alright, so we have good hand to start with. Looks like they have 2 of those Showdown of the Scalds, so they've got a lot ahead of them. They're playing another forest. And it looks like Urquisa has land too, but no creatures yet. And who will they choose to play first? Nothing. Surprised they didn't even put out the Innkeeper or anything, but they must have a plan ahead of them. It's Knees again! Oh my goodness. That's so cute. I want that puppy. Alright, so looks like they countered that spell, unfortunately. And they put out a creature, and they managed to put out somebody with reach, though. So 1 Showdown of the Scalds was rejected. Oh, and they got a 3/2. Alright, and they have their Bone Crusher Giant coming out. Oh, maybe not. Are they? There they go. I've had that come out when I was playing before, and it stomped my creature good. I was very upset it stepped on my kitty cat. I was like, no, my kitty. That's alright. Alright, so it looks like they are attacking. So they got 1 hit in. Looks like they still have a couple of those Innkeepers. They have that big guy they're finally going to pull out. Elemental Elk. And they ping for 1. Not ping for 1, but they attack for 1. Oh. Extinction event. Yep, that wiped out a whole fleet of creatures for me once. It can be very dangerous. But now that they've used all of their counters and stuff, that Showdown of the Scalds can come out pretty easily without being countered. I mean, they could very well still have plenty of counters in their hand, I'm just saying. They just stopped a whole lot of stuff. It's often a good idea to sometimes put out something that you expect to get countered. Or you're okay with being killed or countered, you know? Oh, and there goes the Innkeepers coming out together. And they're getting the +1 from the Showdown of the Scalds. Oh, and the Giant Killer comes out. Not that there's anything that needs to get... Oh. What are they doing? Putting out 2 Giant Killers. Pumping each of them up. And then that guy just got incinerated. So it looks like they're picking a card to get rid of. And hitting them for some more. And then attacking because they have no blockers. Alright, so they're selecting another card to exile and pinging them for some more. And then hitting them again. Oof. If Urquisa doesn't get some creatures out, there's not anything they can really do. Unfortunately. And it looks like they've acknowledged that fact as well.